Finally, we have the full-blown on Leela group finally together. We've been wanting to see this for a while, and we all knew it was going to happen, but the way it happened was pretty interesting. Seeing the pride of the first years and the struggle of the other two groups trying to combine, trying to get along and fit. And I'll always say this. First year students from the first series, well, first season, they were good. They were excellent. They just needed the confidence and the boost to put the group together. Season 2, those group of students had the passion, but they were struggling. They're always being left behind to the point where the senpais thought maybe we should weaken the schedule a bit so they can keep up. But at the end of the day, they proved that they belong there. And then finally, we have the new freshmen, season 3. And season 3 freshmen are top notch. They had a skill, they had a talent, they knew what they were doing, they had a resolve. And because of that, they were able to really withstand the group and succeed if they wanted to, but they knew what it meant to truly be a school idol. So there we go with that. And because of that, they joined in, but there was missing that one little thing. That's to the point where you have Margaret being the tough nut to crack, you would say. How she didn't want to be around Kinako, her cold demeanor, or how she told freaking Cuckoo how she didn't really care for Love Live or winning it. And Cuckoo was like, I put my entire youth into this, so you just say you don't care. We almost lost to you. And you want to say you don't care. Imagine you train your entire life in some sort of skill, and you're in competition, and you're winning, and someone comes along and obliterates you, and then they say they don't really care about it. It reminds me of the story from No More Heroes of Travis Touchdown. He's just a dude who just bought a beam katana off of eBay, and then starts slicing up all the top rank assassins around the world, and they train their entire lives. They lost so much of being assassins, and this dude shows up who just wants to get laid and just kill them all. True gifted talent is all I gotta say about that. So, for her to fit in, there are two plots that are going on with Margaret in this scene. And it's with her trying to find a way to fit into the group, and also with the sister as well, Conan's sister. Turns out she likes to teach people. She's a good observer. She notices weak points, strengths, weaknesses, and all the other stuff, and she knows what to do with those things. She's a good teacher, you would say. So the decision was to give her charge of the schedule and other things that she has to do. And one of the things she pointed out, looking at the performance, is that Natsumi and Kinako, yes, Kinako is in this, because Kinako barely had any major role to play for a while, despite being the newest first member of the group. She didn't have much in the spotlight at all. She just doesn't technically stand out much. But speaking of that, she wanted those two to be in the back. Like, yeah, y'all two need to go to the back. And, that hurts a little. Kind of, in a way, wanted for Margaret to shine. But at the same time, if it defeats the purpose of other people not to shine, she's like, okay, she had her doubts. But she held on. And with this, Margaret was like, it's best that they go here so we can make everyone shine. So it wasn't the demeanor of them. It was to say they will do best right here in this performance alone. But she had a hard time really suggesting her words. She come off as cold. There's a lot of people who have the better interest for a lot of people, and also groups, and how to improve on certain situations. The problem is they have a hard time of getting the words out without sounding cold. So because of that, these people seem off as the mean kind, the person who don't get along with anybody. And they do mean well, they just don't know how to express themselves. It happens a lot in life, It really does. So because of that, she was having her own doubts as well. Like maybe she shouldn't be telling people what to do. She's just a freshman after all. But seeing Kinako and Notsumi agreeing to it, saying that, yeah, it hurts, but if this were the best, maybe we should do it. We gotta put up with it for the sake of the group. It isn't just about us, which I do like, sacrificing your pride and well-being for the sake of the group, for a bigger cause. You gotta win Love Live. Love Live has never been won 2 times in a row. Ever, surprisingly. You thought it would be, but I guess you have so many top idols. Maybe people did win it 2 or 3 times, but it wasn't in a row. So for that to happen is a feat on its own that's yet to be seen. So the question is, will we see it here? So, and speaking of that, this is the main cast last Love Life to participate in. They are seniors. After this, they go on as adults. No more school, probably college or a career path, but it is completely different without them. So, a lot is on the line here. Each group of years have their own thing they're fighting for. The seniors want to make sure everything's left behind and everything's going to go well when they leave. They want to shine one last time. The second years want to prove that there's more to them than meets the eye. They're not just, struggles all the time, that people have to slow down for them, that they too can be leaders and shine on their own. In the first years want to prove that they are top notch, that they can do things on their own as well, that they don't need to be babied in a way. But they have things to learn in the end, because that's just how it is. Everyone always has stuff to learn in the end. So, seeing this happen and then finally seeing the performance, I was wondering, what was happening? What was happening? Because we didn't see the opening in the beginning of the episode. Instead, we just saw the credits. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? This isn't really like Love Live. They always show the opening. But they didn't show it this time because the opening is the performance for the preliminaries. I'm like, okay, I would have had it. That would have been cool. Some asked, hey, why couldn't it just been the final performance for Love Live? Then I asked, do you really want that to be this is a good performance, don't get me wrong, but I think what they have in store for the Love Live performance is going to blow out the water. It really is going to blow out the water. So I had no, doubts there. So I'm glad that they did this. It was a surprise that I did not expect, but a surprise welcome nonetheless. So congratulations there. And I'm guessing they passed it. Yeah. So the question is what's next? Because they didn't say next time on Love Life, like they usually do. So we don't know what's going to happen next. But altogether, it was a great episode because you see a lot of shine of Margaret and how she sees things. She isn't the Margaret we all know before. She is the Margaret that really does care. She just has her own way of expressing it. And that is through some tough love. And we also got to see some Kiniko actually shine. Kiniko barely shines at all. I'm sorry, she just doesn't. She didn't have her spot. Heck, Shiki had her spot. Mei had her spot. Rin, not so much, but she already had her time to shine. So did Chisato. Chisato as learning how to be a leader, and Kana knowing how to be a leader on their own, and also knowing to let go. Let the younger people lead themselves. You cannot always be the helicopter parent hovering around them all the time. You gotta let them do their own thing, man. Let them sink or swim. As long as they don't drown, they should be good. So anyways, great episode altogether. It was some things I didn't expect, but welcome nonetheless, and I'm glad we're all here for it. So this was episode 9. We got 3 or is it 13? See, I don't know sometimes with Love Live. It's going to be 12 or 13 episodes. So we probably have 3 or 4 episodes left until everything ends. But what else are they going to do until then? Are they going to just, make more ways of performing in Love Live like they did before? Or are we going to have a new challenger rise up out of nowhere? That would be nice. We'll have to wait and see. Well, anyways, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has the Madcrownxox. I'm Madman. Signing out.